2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the lock. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at point. Now here's Doncic. And that one drops for him. Doncic has got the opening basket of the game for the Mavs. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotation.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Doncic with it. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation. We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Now, here's Doncic. Marjanovic passes to Porzingis. Outside Hardaway. Batum scanning the floor. Leonard finds Batum. And here's George for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Fast break, Dallas. Hardaway, no good. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George.
You know, there's a rhythm to Leonard's game, but also an awareness. Just takes what the defense allows.
And here is Doncic. Pulls up on the elbow. He can't get that one to fall.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
The Mavericks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Hardaway. Back to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Mavericks, Melli is checked in for Marjanovic. Josh Richardson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now here's Richardson. No good on the shot. And the Clippers will come the other way. Kicks it out to Leonard. Rondo passes to Zubac. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Doncic finds Brunson. Now Richardson. Doncic feeling it out. Right block shot. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And talk about persistence. Porzingis just being a bully on the offensive glass and punishing the opposition. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Cousins comes in for Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Dallas, Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Cauley Stein comes in for Nicolo Mello. And it's Maxi Kleber in for Doncic. Mavericks trail by 4. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Richardson the pass to Cauley Stein. Kicks it to Powell. Some nice passing here by Dallas. With the putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Pass to Man, back to Jackson. And the basket is good.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
From deep. And no good in the last second attempt this time. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Batuma's out there with Morris. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Man in at the 3. Here's Richardson after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Richardson outside to the paint. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Shots good by Kennard. Kennard's got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with. That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Kennard for 3. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
A knockdown shooter with excellent range. Kennard gives your offense the floor spacing it needs.
Here's Brunson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Down low. Here's Powell. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
On the wing, Morris. Rondo kicks to Batum. That one a little long.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. Here's Finney-Smith to the middle. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Rondo dishes to Batum. Back to Rondo. Kennard against Brunson. Clock at 6. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got 7 now in this quarter.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
Pass to Finney-Smith. There's 1:54 left in the first half of the game. And the dunk by Powell.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged. And everything has to be earned.
Batum, good. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Morris outside. Rondo finds Morris. From past the arc. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Right side, Batum. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Batum. And the Clippers lead by 3.
An efficient scorer inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
24 seconds left in the first half. Back to Cauley Stein. Kennard against Richardson. Clock at 2. Batum grabs the miss.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Kennard's got 9. Now Brunson. The shot that time not on target. And now we'll see. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Gurney Johnson, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end. And that'll do it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
This is why you prepare. Get ready for the opportunity if it comes your way, because you may be asked to deliver.
On the floor for Dallas, J.J. Redick is out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward. Now, here's Doncic. Porzingis passes to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Outside Hardaway. 6 to shoot. A pass to Porzingis. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And Beverly kicks to George. Back to Beverly. Shoots it up. It's rebounded by Dallas. Fast break, Dallas. Doncic leading the charge.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Beverly dishes to George. Back to Beverly.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. Redick passes to Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. Kept alive. Porzingis, a beautiful reverse layup. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Redick with the bucket.
Able to finish on the drive. Give Redick a lane, and he's more than happy to take it.
There's the pass to Beverly. And here's George for three. A rebound by Marjanovic.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Leonard dishes to Patterson. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Batum's checked in. And here's George for three. And the Clippers miss again.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
For the lead, Powell, the pass to Richardson. Brunson against Beverly. Brunson, good. Brunson's got his first basket of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
George, that's a two-pointer, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Silky smooth stroke, nice touch. Paul George is a terrific jump shooter.
Richardson against George. Tipped away. Stolen by George. Passes to Zubac. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Richardson outside. Here's Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Powell's got 12 points in the game.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
And it's Beverly atop the key. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on...
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Nice play by Luke, a crafty lefty who can score from anywhere on the floor.
Mavericks trailed by 3. Now here's Brunson. And it's blocked. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. That one goes in. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Outside, Porzingis. Over Beverly. Gets himself open and drills it.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Beverly for 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 3. Wasted no time on that one.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, You're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Batum wide open. He fires. He can't get it to go. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Brunson against Beverly.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Here's Hardaway, and it's Dallas with another.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
I would have loved to hear the coach's speech because they really took heed to it. Like you said, both teams playing at a different pace.
Leonard, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Brunson with a clean look, misses the three. Clippers trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And the first one drops. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Marjanovic comes in for Nicolo Melli. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. No good on that one. Good on the second free throw.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Doncic with it to the paint. Here's Cleveland.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And here's Leonard from 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic outside. The Mavericks rebound.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
George finds Leonard. Launches it. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And the Mavericks with possession. They're on a 14-1 run right now. Outside Hardaway. 1:12 left to play in the final quarter. Drills the three-pointer.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
I totally agree. They just can't be stopped. They're just firing on all cylinders.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Dallas.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Porzingis.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
And here is Burke. From deep three-point range, off target. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. David, thank you as always.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The lights of downtown reflect, and the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the power forward. And for Portland, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Lillard in at the one. Now, here's Lillard. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. Here's George. Here's Leonard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Here's Batum. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lets it go from the wing. It's hauled in by Zubac.
3 straight misses to begin the game. Not the start they were hoping for.
And Leonard gets it to go.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard attacking. Covington kicks to Lillard. 5 to shoot. Basket good.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Here's George, and he banks in the layup.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. The shot by Lillard, wide open. No good on the triple.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's Batum. Shoots over Lillard. Batum passes to Zubac. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard dishes to Powell. Down low. It's tipped. Here's Nurkic. Good. Nice job down low.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Los Angeles leading by 6. George looking over the floor. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This is his first trip to the line tonight. First one falls for him.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now here's McCollum. Passes it to Anthony. Over Rondo. That one off the back iron and out. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Anthony against George. Trailblazers trail by 8. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Sweet move. He takes it up and lays it in.
Well, I'll tell you, excellent job from Hollis Jefferson. This guy's so skilled at getting terrific position down low.
Rondo against McCollum. Rondo's shot is good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
McCollum passes to Hollis Jefferson. McCollum outside. It's on target from the high post.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Kennard for 3. Morris passes to Zubac. Kennard for 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's Anthony with the jam.
Well, nothing wrong with a little early offense. Anthony happy to oblige.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Kennard against Anthony. Kennard the pass to Morris. Zubats kicks to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. The shot's good.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
And here's McCollum. He got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes.
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
They've got Anthony. Collins is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Now here's Powell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. For the Trailblazers, Harry Giles is checked in for Zach Collins. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Norman Powell. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Jackson. 4-point game. Pass to man. Now here's Kennard. Covered by Hollis Jefferson. Kennard the pass to man. Jackson kicks to Patterson. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. Good work defensively by Anthony. The Trailblazers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Pulled the shot a little out, but the bounce goes his way.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Kennard the pass to man. Back to Kennard. And the Clippers miss again.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back from him in that same area.
Anthony can't hit. The Clippers have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Ibaka right side. Here's Kennard. Launches a three. The shot comes out. Now Portland takes it the other way. McCollum outside. Over Kennard. McCollum no good. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Kennard the pass to Ibaka. Back to Kennard. Here's man. And again it's the Clippers missing. Portland trailing here. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Out to Anthony. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Patrick Patterson. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. And here's Nurkic after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And it's Lillard missing. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Paul George with the steal. Beverly the pass to man. It's deflected. Left side Leonard. Lillard outside. Fires for three. Trailblazers keep it alive.
Robert Covington is as competitive as it gets, and he gets to the window there.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Outside Leonard. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. A shot by Batum, no good. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Lillard from deep three-point land sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Leonard looking around. Man passes to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And that's it for the first half of action. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They've got a 2-point lead. Kenny, give us your... And that's a wrap for our halftime.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Shoots from the elbow. Lillard misses. George against Covington. The 3. And Paul George with the 3. And it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Zach Collins checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Pop. And then for the Clippers, Morris is checked in for Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Lillard attacking to halt the run. Nurkic, they get the rebound. Doesn't go that time.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
A 3 from Leonard. Outside Rondo. It's stolen by Jones. Simons, the pass to Lillard. Inside, Portland moving the ball around. He kicks it to Jones. Back to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Leonard. And Jones sends it back. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Nurkic. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
Rondo passes to Zubac. Morris kicks to Leonard. Morris inside, working on Collins. Again, Leonard missing.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
Count it, good. And now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Back to George. Leonard kicks to Morris. Chalk up 2 there.
Really good job anticipating the rise and fire off the catch. Go ahead, Marcus Morris.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. And there's the pass to Nurkic. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. To the inside. Pass to Nurkic. Rondo against Lillard. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. Lillard's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The 3 from George. Rondo passes to Leonard. Morris inside, defended by Jones. Rondo. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Goes up to the stripe. Morris with the block.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots, that's pretty.
Rondo dishes to Morris. Outside, George. Pass to Zubats. Back to George. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Lillard. And Rondo sends it back.
Oh, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block.
Outside Rondo. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers ahead. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Giles is out there with Ennis Cantor. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Anthony, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Giles the pass to Cantor. Ibaka with some nice D. Clippers leading by 3. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Lets it go with the 3. And Patrick Beverly good for 3. Beverly's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Ball's knocked loose. They double team McCollum. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. McCollum against Leonard. And it's the Clippers with the ball. 6-point game. The pass to Beverly. Ibaka with the ball. He's covered by Cantor. Ibaka, the pass to Beverly. Back to Ibaka. Leonard kicks to Beverly. From the arc. Rebounded by McCollum. And the Trailblazers shooting reasonably well, 45%. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
Beverly finds Leonard. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Tries it from 9. Uses the glass to drop it in. And the Clippers lead by 6.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
Pass to Carmelo. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by George. Platoon passes to Beverly. Hits the three-point bomb. Beverly's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with the basket coming off a pretty pass.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And stolen by Lillard. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
George passes to Ibaka. Back to George. And Ibaka kicks to Beverly. Here's Leonard, just 5 to shoot. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter. Trailblazers trail by 9. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. From 15 feet away, tips it. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Jones against Leonard. Good.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
Lillard scanning the floor. And the rejection by Ibaka. George finds Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Now here's Leonard. Passes it to Morris. Pass to Beverly. Inside. And stolen by Lillard. To the middle. Powell, the pass to Jones. Covington dishes to Jones. And here's Nurkic. Powell for 3. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. George against Powell. Outside, George. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard, the pass to Beverly. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Lillard from deep three-point land. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. So the Clippers with the win. They seem to relish their... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up. And let's...
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Jones is out there with Giles. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the 1. And for Dallas, we've got Luka Doncic. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Now here's Porzingis. The shot misses. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Here is Lillard. Pass to Giles. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the field. You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Dallas moving it around. Here's Richardson. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Powell down low. Passes to Lillard. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough. Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Richardson against Powell. 18 feet out. And it's Lillard missing.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
The Trailblazers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Nurkic. The pass to Powell. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Giles. Goes back up. That one goes. Count it. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. Pass to Finney-Smith. And here's Porzingis for a three. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Boy, the defense has to chase Porzingis off that line now, guys. I mean, he's a legitimate shooter from there.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard dishes to Powell. Porzingis with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Richardson's running. And the layup's good off the glass.
Richardson getting points in transition. Easy buckets thanks to his hustle after the steal. And that's how you take advantage of the turnover.
Now here's Lillard. This one for three. That shot missing.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Lillard scanning the floor. Jones kicks to Powell. Shoots over Doncic. Almost, but it rolls out.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Here's Richardson. Out to Doncic. Down low. Another shot. And there's Richardson on the assist by Doncic. Richardson's got 6 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Back to Lillard to stop the run. It's rebounded by Doncic.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
To the paint. Marjanovic finds Richardson. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Jones. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And he lays it straight in.
And now that's how you start a fast break and how you finish it.
From deep. And that does it for the first quarter. It's Dallas up by 5. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Robert Covington out there with Ennis Cantor. Then it's Little. Then there's McCollum. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2 guard. Doncic against McCollum. Shot, high post. And it's Doncic missing. Trailblazers trail by 5. Little passes to Covington. And he can't jam it through. Now the Mavericks with it. Brunson with it. Now Covington defending. Passes it to Melo. Stolen by McCollum. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Over Hardaway. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Shot from the wing. No good that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Hollis Jefferson passes to Cantor. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. No good off the back of the rim.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Cantor.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
To the inside, and the dunk by Powell.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And so here's Portland. The Mavericks making the shot. McCollum, no good. Mavericks leading by 3.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward. And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
And defensively, you've got to recognize that threat and make the correction.
Melli passes to Doncic. There's a minute 34 left now here in the second. Powell, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
McCollum against Brunson. Takes the 13-footer, and Portland again with the bucket.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. Now the pass to Melli. There's the triple. And it's Portland with the rebound. Little kicks to McCollum. Covington passes to Hollis Jefferson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And given how big and powerful Hollis Jefferson is, not surprising to see him utilize that strength to draw fouls inside.
A different look for Dallas. Cauley Stein comes in for Nicolo Melli. And Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Harry Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Little. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Now here's Burke. 5 on the clock. Back to Powell. Over Giles. Here's Cauley Stein. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Here's Lillard. Shoots over Brunson. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers. Now here's Brunson. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage. Thanks for joining.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Luka Doncic's out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Al Richardson, after the miss, 3 from Damian Lillard. Tries from 7. Trying to get open is Marjanovic. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Porzingis. Porzingis has gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Doncic against Lillard. Pass to Giles. It doesn't go for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And a minute played as the second half gets going. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Powell, no one around him. Portland again missing.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
Right wing. Here's Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by Jones. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 5-point Maverick lead.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Lillard against Doncic. Can they get it? Bank shot, no good.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Here's Finney-Smith. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. From about 19 feet. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Lillard attacking. Shoots over Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Giles. Little, he's checked in for Derek Jones. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Norman Powell. Porzingis, that drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Porzingis has got 9.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Lillard from outside. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
And 1:01 left to play here in the third. Here's Little. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
Right side, Porzingis. Six on the shot clock. Down low. Here's Cauley-Stein. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The score now all even. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now Brunson. No points in the game yet for him. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Over Little. Dallas, no good that time either. It's a tie game in Dallas. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Anthony. Robert Covington out there with Little. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Cantor in at the 5. Here's McCollum. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And it's Burke with the ball for the Mavericks. Pass to Brunson. Feeds to Cauley Stein. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. McCollum right side. This is to Covington. McCollum passes to Cantor. Can't hit from in close.
They came close there to tying it up.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the fourth, that would have been a big bucket for them.
And that one, good.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Brunson. Following the basket by C.J. McCollum. And Hardaway gets it to go.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. And they're really looking strong here.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now McCollum after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. Offensive rebound. Mavericks leading by 5. Marjanovic kicks to Doncic. Porzingis high post. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
You know, Porzingis' game is custom-made for the pick-and-pop stretch big. This guy can do damage from the perimeter.
McCollum outside. And the 3 off target.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
For the Trailblazers, Giles checked in for Robert Covington, and Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Doncic, no good. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Giles. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Dallas moving the ball around. Nurkic with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Here's Lillard. And oh, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Lillard against Doncic. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. And here's Porzingis for a 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Doncic after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Dallas again missing.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Lillard against Doncic. Nurkic the pass to Giant. Here's Anthony. Good! And that shot brings them to within just one.
This is what happens when you allow Carmelo Anthony to heat up.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Doncic outside. 5 to shoot. Takes a 3. Misses there. So a close game sees Dallas taking this. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 guard. And for the Mavericks, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
Doncic with it. Right side, Porzingis. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Now, here is George. Back to Zubac. Kicks to Beverley. George against Richardson. And it's George missing.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And Doncic gets it to go.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
And, Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Marjanovic, no good. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. George dishes to Batum, hangs, and it's Leonard missing.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup. Now, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Now, here's Doncic. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Porzingis with the ball, and Batum picks him up defensively. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
He's got some growing confidence right now in the catch-and-shoot game, Hardaway Jr. Feels like he could score from anywhere.
A 3 from Leonard. Zubac the pass to George. Over Richardson, again Los Angeles.
Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Up top, Doncic. And he overshot that one, missing. The Clippers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Batum passes to Zubac. Leonard on the wing. Beverley for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. It's Richardson on the wing. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's George missing. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Here's Richardson. No one near Marjanovic as he lets it go. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3. Doncic against Beverley. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's a pretty impressive finish for Montrezl Harrell.
Dallas shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Nicole O'Malley comes in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. It's stolen by Morris. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Brunson scanning the floor. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Beverly for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the small forward position. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Here is Ibaka following the 3-point basket by Dallas. Here's Jackson, and the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got 5 now.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now Brunson. He has 5. Kicks it out to Richardson. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Misses that one. His first miss of the night. 2 for 3. Jackson drives in, and the dunk by Jackson.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Richardson against Kennard. Powell in the high post. That one off the back iron and out. Clippers leading by 6. The pass to Jackson. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Brunson. That 3 off the mark. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Kennard the pass to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And right now they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
Yeah, that's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and game is fully in their control.
Here's Brunson. The Clippers getting the bucket. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, how about Cousins out in transition? The big guy running the lane and showing the little guys how it can be done.
Brunson kicks to Richardson. Passes it to Powell. Richardson outside. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Kennard, the pass to Ibaka. And it's in there. Kennard's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Brunson kicks to Finney-Smith. Richardson outside. Over Kennard. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Jackson looking around. Cousins trying to free himself up. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 11 points in the quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Brunson, and a lot of contact on that. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Kept alive. Tries yet again. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
Lets it go from 11. Mavericks with the rebound. Unloads. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's foul number 2 for him. George, that's a two-pointer, and that one released in time, but no good. And
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was and
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Marjanovic in at center. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half.
Now, even though he's slightly built, Richardson does play a physical game. Remarkable how much contact he absorbs.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Mavericks trail by 10. Outside Hardaway. Drains it from beyond the arc. Hardaway's got 6 points.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., you can see he's got good foundational form for a three-point shot. Consistency would help.
Here's George. And yes, it's good. And the Clippers lead by 9.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. Most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Now, here's Doncic. Shot clock at 5. Over Rondo. Doncic, no good.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Leonard kicks to Morris. The shot from the low post is good.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
And here's Richardson. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2.
There's so much inside of Josh Richardson that is yet to be tapped into. An athletic shooting guard who can play both ends of the floor.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. George against Richardson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 6.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Doncic with it. Jackson on him.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
George passes to Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Richardson. Outside, Porzingis. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. Leonard with the steal. George against Richardson, and it's good. 2 points. And now it's a 12-point Clipper lead. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Richardson outside. Porzingis against Morris. And the rejection by Zubac. Leonard attacking, and he converts the layup. 11 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Jackson against Doncic. And finished off by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic comes in for Cauley-Stein. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Jackson. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Here's Doncic. 6 points for him. Three seconds left in the dunk by Doncic.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
And so. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Well, the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Kennard, Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the 4. And that one's good. Beverly's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Just to Porzingis. Lets it go from deep. Batum grabs the miss. And here is Los Angeles now. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. It's tipped. Kennard, the pass to Batum. No good with the triple. Mavericks shooting about 42% so far. Brunson finds Doncic. From downtown, Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Now here's Batum. Kennard. Good D by Hardaway.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Here's Porzingis. Count that one.
Can't go in soft. You got to have intention when you go in there on the glass, and Porzingis wanted to beat everybody to the ball that time.
Here's Rondo. Feeds it to Beverly.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Here's Porzingis over Beverly, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
More and more polish from Porzingis, easily getting the defense off their feet. The rest is simple.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Mavericks making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. Now here's Leonard. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Count the basket.
Now the offense sort of works itself out to a lot of mid-range shots, and Kawhi getting dangerous from that spot.
Doncic feeling it out. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Leonard. The Clippers keep it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 12.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Doncic against Beverly, and the shot goes in.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Leonard against Hardaway. Now here's Beverly. Defense right on him. Clock at 6. Count it from 12.
Well, he's made himself into such a reliable scorer. Hard not to call Leonard's number as often as possible.
Doncic against Batum. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Clippers leading by 12. And there's the pass to George. That one falls.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
The Clippers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Beverly wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Leonard.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Now here's Leonard. Batum wide open. He fires. Nice open look, but it's no good. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
And how pretty is that shot for Porzingis? A nice release point, and so soft coming off the fingertips.
Hardaway against George. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range.
And that's in the gym range, Kev. He can pull up and knock it down from anywhere.
Passes it to Marjanovic. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. Richardson outside. Fires the three. Offline. So it's Los Angeles winning this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. You're looking live and down. And with
good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Damian Lillard out there with Little. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Giles in at the power forward position. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. Now here's Lillard. Lays it up off the glass.
A pick-and-roll master. You got to respect how decisive Lillard is. I mean, he often makes great decisions.
Leonard looking around. And the layup is good.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Pass to Little. Back to Lillard. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one's good, Lillard. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Passes to Batum. Leonard against Jones. Fires from 14. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Leonard's got his second bucket.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
Now, here's Lillard. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's George. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Back to Lillard. Shoots over Zubac. And the basket by Lillard. And that's now 6 points for Lillard.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
George finds Beverly. Here's George. Three-pointer. 5 on the clock. The pass to Beverly. Back to George. Over Little. Deep 2 from Beverly. The rebound by Giles. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Cantor dishes to Jones. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And here we go. Beverly wide open. Buries it from 3-point range.
Well, when Batum spots a wide open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Pass to Little. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Giles. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Fires at the elbow. That one wide left. Trailblazers trail by 3. Little kicks to Giles. Dishes to Cantor. Inside. And it's Jones, that time on the assist by Little. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And Jones slams it home.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now here's Leonard. The rebound by Giles. And again, Portland running the court in transition. Little can't hit. Clippers trail by 3. Batum passes to Leonard. And George kicks to Leonard. Pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. Fires from deep. Misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. Now here's Little. Not a lot of room. Now here's Zubac. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard spot. Trailblazers leading by 3. He dishes it to Collins. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Norman Powell's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Lillard. And that one falls for Collins.
I mean, although he's young, Collins has already proven to be very polished. I mean, it'll be fascinating to watch this guy continue to develop.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Now the dish to Batum. Outside Rondo. Off target from three-point range. And for Portland, they're shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. It's tipped out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Batum dishes to Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Back to Rondo. Outside for Batum. Kennard for 3. It's deflected, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. McCollum finds Powell. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Back to McCollum. The shot, no good. Great tee that time from Batum. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. Morris passes to Kennard. And the pass to Mann. 6 to shoot. Launches it. Collins grabs the miss.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now here's Powell. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Here's McCollum. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And it's encouraging whenever McCollum scores inside, proving that he's more than just a jump shooter.
Rondo dishes to Batum. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Trailblazers leading by 8. Powell for 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
He plays with so much heart, McCollum. I mean, is constantly battling on the court. This time, it's on the glass.
Morris outside. Pass to Mann. Tries it from 19. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And it goes down 2 points. And now it's a 12-point Trailblazer lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Mann. He feeds it to Morris. Left side, Batum. It's Kennard, top of the key. Pulls it from the elbow. Collins grabs the miss, and there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Portland also making some changes. Little comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Over to the wing. Collins with it, guarded now by Morris. And here's Little. Feeds to Anthony. Over Morris. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers trail by 12. Here's Rondo. Looking to end the run. Morris right side. Passes it to Kennard. A second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Got to be more disciplined against elite shooters like Kennard. I mean, as he relishes opportunities at the line.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Jones kicks to Giles. To the middle. Here's Cantor. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, great ball movement there.
LA has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. There's the pass to Patterson. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. .30 seconds left to play in the first half. Lillard, the pass to Simons. To the paint. Here's Cantor. Makes it off the glass. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Beverly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, in overtime, Beverly has established himself as just a defensive specialist, juggernaut, an absolute pest who plays his tail off on both ends of the floor.
And he makes both free throws. And here are the Trailblazers now. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 8 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening. That's all for now.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Leonard. A 3-ball. Good on the triple. Leonard's got 7. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. It's his first trip to the line.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%.
And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Lillard scanning the floor. Batum with the steal. Here's Beverly. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Did you see that speed from Batum showing the real tenacity on defense to come up with the steal?
Lillard with it. He has 6. A step back shot here. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Giles has got his second basket.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Beverly. From deep. And there's a whistle. That goes on Harry Giles. And that'll be his third foul so far. So, for the Clippers, Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Leonard fires away from outside. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Portland leading by 12. Covington dishes to McCollum. The high post shot. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
Clippers moving the ball around. A three from Leonard. That shot off. Now Portland takes it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Covington wide open. He fires. And staying with the play, Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Now McCollum. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Anthony kicks to McCollum. Just 5 to shoot. Nurkic trying to get open. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Anthony. And it's 6 points for C.J. McCollum. Outside Rondo. Pass to Leonard. And here is Zubac. Leonard trying to break free. And that one is good from Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
McCollum finds Covington. Back to McCollum. Good on the bucket. McCollum's got 8.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
Passes it to Mann from the arc. Here's Rondo. George with the ball. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Well, look, if you're out there with Rondo, you find some open space, and he's going to find you.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Powell, no one around him. No good on the 3.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that. A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
The pass to McCollum. Over Rondo. McCollum, no good. Got a piece of it. Here's Nurkic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Nurkic has got his first points in this one. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Little out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in its shooting guard. For 3. No good. Shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. Jackson passes to Mann. High post to Ibaka. Over Little. Ibaka, no luck. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. It's good.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Kennard. Cousins finds Kennard. But they'll get another chance. Kennard on the wing. To the inside. Here's Cousins, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Such a massive guy. Cousins is a wrecking ball from the glass.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Three-pointer, Lillard. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Clippers trail by 16. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Cousins kicks to Ibaka. In the corner, Kennard with it. Shoots. Little with the rebound. Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Simon. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Cantor kicks to Jones. Leonard with the steal. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Shoots the three, and he's good on the three ball.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Here's Simons. Pass to Cantor. And it's sent back by Leonard. Jackson passes to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Outside Leonard from 13. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Giles has got 4 rebounds in this game. A minute 50 left here in the fourth quarter.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Back to Leonard. Now here's Cantor. Pass to Jones. Cantor with it. Defended by Ibaka. Passes it to Simons. Portland no good that time either. Clippers trail by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Damian Lillard.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
He gets it in there.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
Kennard's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Off target with his three. And here are the Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, and Jackson gets it to go.
Now, whenever Jackson is driving, the D is nervous. He is just brilliant at completing his drives to the rack.
Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. Here's Simons. Charity stripe shot. Here's Cantor. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense.
Soaring high above the Willamette. And before
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Porzingis. Hardaway is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic, and it's Richardson in at the 2 guard. And for Portland, Giles is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. Richardson, no luck. Here's Giles. At the elbow, it's Lillard. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul.
Refs calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Now, here's Lillard on deep.
Well, this is the kind of effort you want to see from Luka Doncic. We know how good he is offensively. Right there playing solid D.
Passes to Powell. Shot clock at 6. Inside, it's stolen by Marjanovic.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
Back to Porzingis. Stolen by Kanter. Unhindered, going all the way. And the dunk by Powell.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Doncic against Powell. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Lillard, the pass to Giles. 18 feet out. Portland with a new 14. Pass to Powell. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Giles kicks to Lillard. Offline with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Here's Powell. Following the score by Josh Richardson. Kanter, the pass to Lillard.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Lillard scanning the floor. Powell inside. Richardson covering. Shot from 12. Trailblazers keep it alive. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. Here's Doncic, banked in off the glass.
You got to remember that Luka Doncic is so much more than a shooter. He's got every shot in his arsenal, even amongst the trees in there.
Now here's Powell. Here is Lillard. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy, just struggling to make shots right now.
Doncic against Lillard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take a different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Giles. And it's Simons in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Doncic. Here's Simons. Down low. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
You know, power and finesse. That is the essence of Carmelo Anthony's offensive brilliance.
Now Brunson. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Simons, the pass to Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
Brunson finds Richardson. Back to Brunson. Clock at 6. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Cantor. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Well, he is so comfortable with his superstar status in the league. Porzingis excellent on the catch and shoot.
Lillard with it. And he makes good on the layup. Lillard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 4. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Anthony is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Mavericks trail by 6. Brunson the pass to Redick. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Anthony, the pass to Simons. Trying to find Covington, gets it to him. Now the pass to Simons. A 3 from McCollum. Trailblazers keep it alive. Here's Nurkic. And got hung up on the dunk. Not quite enough elevation there, I guess. Nurkic with the steal. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself.
That's the kind of take charge attitude they want CJ to have. Attack the D at every opportunity.
This is his first free throw of the game. Zach Collins checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. And then for Dallas, Marjanovic checked in for Powell. Nicolo Melli comes in for Cauley Stein. And Doncic is subbed in for J.J. Redick. Inside. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Finney-Smith.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Harry Giles comes in for Zach Collins. Little, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Dallas also making some changes. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Lillard outside. Passes it to Kanter. Back to Lillard. And the call is going to be... Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Mavericks making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. And it's Doncic missing. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's Lillard. Here's Kanter. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Doncic against Powell. Stolen away. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. From the wing. And he hits the jumper for 2. And it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, the more Norman Powell makes these shots, the more confidence he gains, the more of a problem he becomes.
Back to Doncic. From past the arc. Turns out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Little. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Powell. Porzingis. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, tracking down rebounds with ease. Kristaps Porzingis, outstanding mobility.
Lillard outside. Powell, the pass to Giles. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is good. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Trailblazer.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the... Thanks for joining.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in at the 2. For Portland, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Back to Doncic. From 11 feet away, it's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 12 now for Portland.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Pass to Richardson. Misses off the left eye.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
And you look at Robert Covington first.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now, here's Covington. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's McCollum with the drive. Lets it go from 11. That one doesn't drop. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Well, that's the catch-and-shoot ability of Enes Kanter. Always gets himself squared.
Mavericks trail by 9. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Brunson kicks to Finney-Smith. Dishes to Powell. The rebound by Giles.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Jones, the pass to Giles. Back to Jones. Lillard outside. Clock at 4. Portland moving the ball around. Over Brunson. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Lillard. Here's Giles. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 11. Now Brunson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Lillard against Redick. Shoots over Lillard. Here's Powell. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Lillard from deep three-point land. Portland with a new 14. Jones dishes to Lillard from deep three-point range. That one's not going to go. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Redick is in the corner. The 3. Dallas no good that time either. Portland leading by 11. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
And Portland making a change here. Collins is checked in, and the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zingas, he's checked in for Powell. Nicolo Melli comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Richardson for 3.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more.
And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Trailblazers lead by 13. And 4th quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Anthony. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Collins, and it's Jones in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Powell, the pass to Lillard. To the paint. Here's Anthony. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
To the inside, Porzingis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these 2 guys can be. Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
Doncic outside to the middle. Here's Porzingis. Collins with some nice D.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Zach Collins. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. McCollum's checked in for Little. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really awful.
Portland leading by 16. Anthony in the corner. Nurkic finds Anthony. Now McCollum over Hardaway. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Nurkic.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Dallas no good that time either. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. No good on the 3. The Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Yep, that one goes. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. McCollum outside. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Marjanovic passes to Richardson. Bucket is good. Richardson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Trailblazers leading by 14. To the right side. Simons surveying the D. Back to McCollum. The tray. He can't get that one. Mavericks trail by 14. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Covington with the steal. Here's Simons. Guarded by Doncic. Nurkic in the post. Marjanovic on him. Nurkic can't hit.
Well, this is how you shut him down. A tremendous contest against a very skilled player.
The offensive rebound. Marjanovic finds Richardson. Now, here's Doncic. Lets the 3 fly. Buries the long-range jumper.
It doesn't seem to matter where Luka Doncic is on the floor. His shooting ability is impressive.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Powell kicks to Lillard for the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over. Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Didn't think that was going to go in. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Jacks up a 3. No good there. From deep. And the miss. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That